channel. My name is Lori Longoria, and today I'm sharing my tamal recipe, and I'm also teaching my business partner and friend, Heaven Firestone, how to make them.
Hey guys, how's it going? So this actually came up because, you know, holidays coming around, and I had asked her, what's the first thing you think about when you think about holiday food? And for me, it's, you know, like green bean casserole and scalloped potatoes, and for her, she said tamales, and I was like, that's incredible. Would you come over and teach me and kind of, you know, let me know how this started for you? Yeah, your culture, different traditions, and I think it's incredible. I can't wait.
Okay, let's get started. So the first step is to boil our chiles and our onions.
So what kind of chilies are these?
These are chile guajillos, which are like dried peppers. They're about this long and they're red. You have to stem them, and there's like a lot of seeds in them. After you remove all that, I just chop it up into little tiny pieces. And I have about a cup of water in this pot. I'm just gonna pour it in there. And before I put the onions to go in and boil with the chiles, I'm gonna put these to cook and saute for a little bit. So let's go.
Well, that's cooking. What's next? What can I help you with?
Okay, so now we're gonna work on the masa, the dough. So if you wanna go ahead and open that bag and pour all of it into this bowl.
And masa is flour, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's just the dough, the flour for the tamales.
And this whole bag.
The whole bag. And that's about half a bag of the masa mix. So we're making half of a bag would probably make a few dozens. But anyways, go ahead and put all the baking powder. You need baking powder so that your dough will rise when you steam them. We also need lard oil.
So this is lard.
Yeah, and if you want all the ingredients, like specific amounts, go to the description, you'll have it all there. But yeah, that is lard. You could use vegetable oil or any oil of your liking, but this gives it more flavor because it is lard. And then
what are these?
Next we have cumin. You're not gonna put the entire thing of cumin. Put about half of it in there. I eyeball everything, so like I'm gonna put everything in the description, don't worry. And then garlic powder, maybe half of that. And then half of the salt as well. And then we may add more to it. This is just my starting point so that I don't go over in flavors.
Better to add to than try to take away.
Yeah,
right?
exactly, you ruin it. And then half of the chili powder.
Chili powder, okay.
And then this is chicken stock where we boiled our chicken, we saved our water. So this is the chicken stock, and this is the chicken water from the boil.
Yeah, I'm clumsy, so she did that one.
And then we're just gonna mix it all. Put it in the mixer, and you can do it with your hands, but I feel like that takes a lot longer. We're gonna do it with our KitchenAid, so let's go. And because this looks like really thick, I know that it needs more water. It has to be like a sticky consistency, so I'm gonna go ahead and add some more water. So now the dough is perfect. Come in close so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Like it's supposed to be like this consistency. Let me show you. Something that's like tacky, but not, you don't want it too watery, nor do you want it too crumbly. Like if it's crumbly, then you need more water. If you have too much water, add more of the masa.
So you told me to go ahead and put some
Flour. So we're gonna take the dough out of the mixing pot and we're gonna put it here. We're gonna knead it for a little bit. And then I'll do the kneading so you can see how I do it. And then you can.
And then just all of it.
Yeah, all of it. Let's put it all on there. You gotta get your hands dirty, so get in there. You could be more like less dirty and grab like a spoon, but I'm gonna already get my hands dirty.
That's not real tamales.
Like I'm already gonna get dirty, you know? So I'm gonna knead this, and the reason why you knead this, you also wanna taste your own food as well. You wanna taste the dough and see what works and what doesn't. Okay, so I ended up putting it in a bowl because it's sticking too much to the countertop. You want it sticky, but if you can go ahead and knead it, it's not that sticky for you, go ahead and do that. But at this stage, we go ahead and we taste our masa to make sure that it has, I know that you don't know this, but like I want you to taste what it shouldn't taste like and what it should taste like. So
Okay.
we're gonna go ahead and do a taste test. So like very little, you don't want a whole bunch.
I got a whole bunch.
Okay. It's good, but I feel like it needs a little bit more salt and a little bit more cumin.
Okay.
So we're gonna go ahead and do that.
All right, so those onions have been cooking for a while.
Yes, they have.
What are we doing with those?
Let me just grab those. So the onions, and we boiled the chilies. Don't forget about that. And then we have our onions, and I did add garlic into the saute. And we're just gonna pour them all in here, and we're gonna blend it.
Awesome. What am I doing? All right, so we added the garlic and onions and the chilies.
Yep, and then we're gonna add some salt to our sauce just to give it some flavor. So maybe about half of that. Maybe like what is it, teaspoon?
Like half a teaspoon.
Okay. And then we're gonna go ahead and blend it.
All right, so now that we blended that up real good, I go ahead and I strain it, right?
Yeah, you do that because of the fact of the chile, like the skin. It's not, I don't know, it's not edible to me. I don't like it. Like I would end up taking it out of my mouth.
Oh, okay.
So what we do to avoid that issue, we'll just strain it into a bowl and we'll get rid of the problem. Yeah.
Oh, it smells so great.
We'll keep that in because we have to.
That was close.
Okay, so off camera, I had Heaven pour in what we blended into the masa to give it some color. So we just poured in a little bit here and we're just gonna mix it up. So at this stage, we're gonna start making the filling. So go ahead and put the shredded chicken into the pot. We're also gonna put the blended items in there as well. We're gonna put half of everything, and then we'll go from there and build the taste that we want. So there goes the cumin. The chili powder, salt, and the last one, garlic. And then we're just gonna mix this all together and continue to mix and add more seasonings as you like.
Right.
So the next step is to try our chicken, our filling that's gonna go inside the tamales. See if it needs more seasonings or if it's perfect.
This is my favorite part, just so you know.
I think it's good.
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
Perfect. So here we have our dough, our meat, and our hojas, which are the corn husk for the tamales. And the way I learned how to put the tamales or the dough into the corn husk is, I don't know if everyone does this. We did this in our household. We use a spoon. And I'll get to that technique in just a second, but I just want to let you know that when you have the corn husks, when you first open them, you have to wash them and soak them in water so then that they're more flexible and they're prone to breaking. And also that, another thing, there's a smooth side and a rough side. And your tamales are always going to go on the smooth side. I know it's kind of hard to tell.
But you can feel the difference.
But there is a difference, yes. Okay. There is a difference and you can feel it like.
That's smooth.
And then
that's rough.
No, this is smooth side.
That's rough.
So see, it'll take a second to get used to it. But yeah, go ahead and wash these, rinse them, and then leave them in water soaking. So this is obviously way too big for my leaf. It's very firm in the middle and that's what I like. So I'm gonna take like the weaker ends off. That's not always the case. Sometimes it's all like tough or sometimes it's all flimsy. You just gotta work with what you got. Actually, I think this is a little too big for me. So this is probably like a good size.
Okay.
And then what you do, you grab about like a spoonful of like dough. You may or may not use it all. It just depends. And you smooth it with the palm of your hand. And I know this looks so easy because I've done this for so long.
It's not easy, is it?
It's not easy. You'll learn that quickly, especially with your first one. Like everyone has those days where you're growing up and you're crying at the dinner table helping. And like sometimes what I like to do is scoop it up. We washed our hands. This is for our families. Unless you're making it for, I guess, like some type of fundraiser or something, like be more clean about it. But it's just for my family and I scoop it out. But anyways, this is how I do it. I know it seems super easy and simple, but it's kind of hard technique. I'll let you do one. Good luck.
Oh dear Lord. I don't need to break this, do I?
This is I like this size.
Okay.
And then this is the smooth side, so you'll do it on that side. And then remember the stroke. Throw in your palm.
Okay. So here's a question. When did you first make your first tamale?
I don't even know. I think I've been helping since I was probably in diapers, like grabbing things or doing stuff. Just like you did around the kitchen your first time. Like, hey, grab me that salt, grab me this, do this, pour it in here. And I think I've always done things like that. Like I've made tamales my entire life. And there was times where we had salty ones or too garlicky or too spicy. You have to go through those like tough batches of tamales before you can.
So what's your favorite memory of making tamales with your family?
I know this is probably kind of weird, but like I remember my grandmother over the sink with like a huge pig head, and she would be shaving it and burning all the little hairs to make tamales out of the pig head. And like not only that, that pig head would be in like a refrigerator a day or two before Thanksgiving or for the holidays. And every time you open that refrigerator, you'd see that huge pig
oh
head.
my goodness. This is not easy, you guys.
Oh, I know, I told you. It's so
I make it look easy because I'm amazing, but help.
And what I learned too is that you can, as a kid, it's a little really messy, but I learned like you can grab a whole, like a bit of it on the spoon and then put it on the tamal and like work it with your fingers.
Oh.
I mean, it's more messy because you get all your hands dirty and get your clothes dirty.
So is that terrible?
Not too terrible. I would add a little bit more. And then what you do is you can smooth down.
Oh, okay.
Let
it out.
I like it.
Yay! And
so
action.
The next step after you've filled your corn husk with the tamal or the masa, you're gonna grab some meat. It's like you're making a taco. You don't have to be stingy with it, but don't put too much where it's overflowing because it will come out of the
Becomes
the
a
masa.
salad, not a.
And then you just fold it in. And then you fold it in again.
Nice and snug.
Your
Wow.
first one. Out of like 10,000. Okay, go ahead. Try yours.
Come here, little guy. Treat me well. Good?
Yeah, I think it's good. That might be a little too much, but I think it's good. It'll work. You just want the right like combination of
Right, too
dough
much of
to
one thing. Yeah. All right, and then I just fold it.
Yeah. And there's your first one. I should get your picture. And we don't have a steamer. So what we did, we took our colander and we put it over a pot. Do not let the, put enough water, but not enough where it's touching the tamales. And we're gonna have it steam here for about an hour and a half. You could put foil paper if you don't have a top that fits, but I think this one will do the job. And we'll leave it there for about an hour and a half. We'll see you soon. Oh, and because of YouTube magic, these are already done.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful.
The first small one.
Oh my gosh.
So we're pretty much done. So we let them steam for an hour and a half, and then we let them cool down for about 10-15 minutes. But now we're gonna do a taste test and see how they really turned out.
Ooh,
We're excited.
okay. And then after we taste test, I have one more question.
Okay. How is it? Good?
Oh my god. It's amazing. You guys, these are so good.
It's kind of really tasty.
Yes. So, what traditionally holidays do you normally make these tamales?
Tamales are typically made during the holidays, like Thanksgiving and Christmas, and like it wouldn't be the same without them.
So this is basically your equivalent to a Thanksgiving turkey or having
Oh,
the
absolutely.
Christmas ham.
Like I could care less about the turkey. Like this is what I want.
This is okay.
And then it's cool because my family, we do different types. So it's not just chicken. We do sour cream and jalapenos. We do
Sounds so
pork.
good.
Like we do so many different types. So this matters to me more than
in like the time that it takes to make these, and that like you have to sit there and you have to be with your family, and it's like
it's like a win-win situation.
Yeah,
you get
you do it
food and you
together.
have quality time during the holidays.
That's really great. Well, thank you so much for coming over and teaching me how to make these.
No problem.
Oh.
Any day. Well, that's it. See you guys next time. Bye.
I'm gonna eat more.